A year ago, when Michigan State visited Eugene, the result was a fantastically entertaining game, and in Oregon's case, it was a resume builder for the college football playoff. This time around, in East Lansing, the stakes seem very similar. Can Michigan State slow down new Oregon quarterback Vernon Adams? More importantly, how's Oregon's defense, which gave up 42 points to FCS opponent Eastern Washington, gonna do against Connor Cook and the Spartans? It's an early season showdown you don't want to miss. Oklahoma at Tennessee feels big for multiple reasons. You start with the name game. It's two traditional powers in a marquee intersectional matchup. Tennessee wants to continue its ascent in the third year under Butch Jones, and Oklahoma hopes to show that a disappointing 2014 season was a blip rather than evidence of a downward trend under Bob Stoops. After only 1 week, it sounds crazy to say that a season teeters on the brink, but that's where Texas finds itself after a blowout loss to Notre Dame in which the Longhorns offense didn't show up again. Charlie Strong demoted his offensive coordinator. Wide receivers coach Jay Norvell will now call the plays, and we might finally see more of Gerard Hurd at quarterback. But will it matter? Rice hasn't beaten Texas since 1994, but this is a decent Owl squad. LSU's opener with McNeese State was postponed and then canceled because of bad weather. Was that a bad omen for the Tigers? They weren't going to struggle with McNeese, but they certainly could have used it as a tune-up before opening SEC play at Mississippi State. It would have been especially helpful for Brandon Harris, who will make his second start at quarterback. Mississippi State, meanwhile, was not spectacular in beating Southern Miss, but at least they got to play and shake out some of the rust. In the loaded SEC West, the winner gets an early leg up. Boise State's win over Washington was not unexpected, and neither was BYU's win at Nebraska, although no one would have predicted the way it ended on a Hail Mary. But now we get two Group of 5 programs with designs of making the college football playoff. It's unlikely for either, especially for BYU, which has to deal with, again, the season-ending injury to quarterback Taysom Hill. But Boise State, with a win over BYU, might just be set up for an unbeaten run. And if they can get that done, they'll inject a whole lot of noise into the playoff conversation.